What is up, everybody? Welcome to WYK Radio, the podcast. Going to talk tonight about SmackDown on Tuesday and NXT on Wednesday. Thinking this is going to be the format is a Tuesday release for our Raw recap, and then a Thursday, or late Wednesday, early Thursday release for NXT and SmackDown. That way we get the same amount of programming on each of the two episodes. I think that's going to work out well for everyone involved, that being me. So let's take a look at what happened on SmackDown first. First thing that happened on SmackDown was Naomi being stripped of her title. This point's been made in a few places, and I really want to emphasize it myself. Since when does WWE enforce their 30-day policy for, defending your title? Didn't Brock Lesnar have it for like 6 years and wrestled twice? I honestly think it's just a way of having Naomi come back and get her opportunity at WrestleMania. Not walk in with the belt, but to walk in for the belt. I think that that's most likely what's going to happen there. Was kind of surprised, but if her injury is legit, then it does make sense. It needs to happen. Alexa comes down and the crowd just took over. Started out really with a really good crowd, but there was a murder scene that occurred at the end, and killed the entire crowd for 205 Live, which was actually a decent show. Not going to recap it here. May do that in the future, but not at this time. Let's wait until it gets on a little better footing. So Alexa comes out, does her promo, and asks for her belt back. Daniel Bryan says, no, but you can win it, and here's your title match against, of course, Becky Lynch. There was not much to this match. Shoulder tackles, a few shoves, a roll-up. But really, all that happened is there was a commercial break, come back from the commercial, and a couple things happen, and then we get a throat punch from Alexa to Becky, and then a roll-up for the 1, 2, 3. Alexa is your champion once again, the SmackDown Women's Champion. Mickie James, for some reason, meets Alexa at the top of the ramp, celebrates for 2 moments, and then goes down and proceeds to attack Becky. Of course, Becky saw her coming, so no big deal there. And to be honest, Mickie was not dressed for the part. So it was good that didn't go on too long. Then we had the first of our 10 vignettes of the night, leading up to the Battle Royal for the number 1 contendership. And there was really a lot of filler time spent in those vignettes. They were quick, relatively, 1 to 2 minutes apiece. So they moved along relatively quick. But they were, in all honesty, wholly unnecessary. Didn't do anything to improve the match. And there was 10 of them. And it's just way too many. Way too many vignettes for one night. Second match was absolute garbage. It was American Alpha versus Breezango. Breezango coming out in their best Captain and Tennille attire, their best Love Boat attire, looking fantastic, embracing their role as the joke heels that they are currently. Quite enjoyed them being out there. But it was a quick match. American Alpha, they're just better, I guess. They're both really talented, tactical technicians. but they are as exciting as a punch in the dick. I just am not enjoying American Alpha. The gimmick is just stale. Their intro is stale. The Usos, on the other hand, who came out through the crowd to congratulate American Alpha on their huge non-title win, cut the promo of the night. Just, you could tell it's one brother talking over another. They got it. They understand how to interact with one another, and they're doing it in their new gimmick, their new style, with a little more edge on it. Quite enjoyable. Keep it up, fellas. That was well done. That seems to be the consensus. It certainly was in my house of one. It was definitely the promo of the night here. Quite enjoyed that. Now, WWE, come on. You heard Twitter. You heard the fans. They fact-checked your Jackie Robinson package about him being the only player with his number retired in sports. You know, in his entire sport, the only one in sports to have that distinct honor. But you forgot about Wayne Gretzky. I understand the point, but you didn't edit it. And that would have been a simple edit. We all would have noticed that you edited it, as I sound like a dick. But fix it. Just fix it. I get the point, but fix it. Anyway, back on to another few vignettes before we have our Falls Count Anywhere Nikki Bella and Natalya blow-off match, which was not even a blow-off match. Really well done in Natalya's usual way of coaching aloud, saying good job directly to the camera without looking at it. Quite humorous. She does it all the time. A few good spots. Alabama Slam on the table from Nikki was well done. Very nice. Table did not collapse again. I guess they reinforced that for the Braun Strowman and Big Show match from the night before and didn't fix it, but that's okay. That's fine. No one noticed. Wait, everyone noticed. Cut to commercial. They come back. They're in the ring, then out of the ring, then up the ramp into the backstage, and here's where the blow off didn't happen, and it was actually a setup for the new thing that we're going to have to acknowledge that Dave Meltzer, oh God, he actually got it right. The angle of Nikki and John Cena against Maurice and The Miz at WrestleMania, we saw the setup to that tonight. Nikki and Natty fighting. Natty throws Nikki into what looked to be a curtained area, but just so happens that that's where Maurice is standing. So Maurice basically got a full-on spear from Nikki through this something held up with pipes that just so happened to be there. Natty and Nikki come back out. Sharpshooter reversed to an STF. And then Marie shows up and hits Nikki multiple times with what was claimed to be a lead pipe, but was obviously an aluminum pipe. Doesn't matter. Shit's gonna hurt. That would hurt like a son of a bitch if you hit properly. Maurice's hit's not so good. Her twirl of the bat, though, was quite nice. You could tell she's played some volleyball. She's played some softball. As I sound even more like an ass. I don't know if she played volleyball, but that was a softball twirl for sure. Miz comes out, pulls her off. Natty gets the 3 count. Natty wins. Supposed to be the blow-off. Not even close to a blow-off. I would suspect that you're going to see If they want Nikki and Natalya to continue, they could. Wasn't a true blow-off, but it set up the match at WrestleMania for Nikki and her boo, as we all do, John Cena. Then back to more vignettes before we get our final match of the evening, which is the Battle Royal. We had the 10 top superstars on SmackDown Live, which for some reason included Apollo Crews, Kalisto, Mojo. I know it's a small cast, guys, but come on. And those guys, along with Dolph, had jobber entrances already in the ring. And, of course, they were the first 4 out. Makes perfect sense. Series of eliminations, out. Overall, relatively good Battle Royal match. Those are not known for being quality. It's kind of what you do when you don't have any ideas. But this actually worked out pretty well. Point of emphasis, it's time for Dean Ambrose to lose the Intercontinental title. Honestly think he should drop it to Baron Corbin. Baron's had an amazing 6 months or so, especially if you're a connoisseur of talking smack after 205 Live. So if you have survived 205 Lives in the past when they weren't the greatest and stuck around for talking smack, you know what I'm talking about when it comes to Baron Corbin. Great on the mic. He plays the character of Baron Corbin, the Lone Wolf, as if he is Baron Corbin, the Lone Wolf himself. You can't put any distance between the character he's playing and who he may be. There's no gap there. And he's gotten better on the mic. He's gotten better in the ring. His finishing moves are devastating looking. They're fun to watch. And yeah, it's putting a belt on a big guy. I get it. It's the WWE way. But this is a good big guy. This is a guy that deserves it. So, Baron was eliminated after Dean. Before Dean. We saw the other half of the Cena Miz match as Miz eliminated Cena. After being eliminated himself by Cena. So he runs back in, tosses Cena over the far side, over the ramp side ropes. Cena's pissed, and that sets it up. I mean, they are setting that up with all of the intricacy of using a meat cleaver. It's just boom, here it is. I'm not a fan of the setup on this, but they've waited a long time to set this up. I'm going to put this up to Nikki making a late decision about her future in the WWE, possibly wanting to go part-time or even fully retired. And that's been relatively recent. Otherwise, they wouldn't have started this this Natalya-Nikki angle. It would have made more sense to get Maurice back in the ring earlier, because it's looking like Maurice may not be back in the ring until the final episode before WrestleMania. Yeah, that's awful close, and particularly because Nikki she's developed into a good worker. Miz was the wrestler of 2016, and Cena is Cena. You're going to get good work out of him. So Maurice is going to look rusty and out of practice and not up to the standard that she's going to need to be in the vicinity of those 3 workers, which is really too bad. I quite enjoy Maurice on multiple levels, as I believe we all do. But that's neither here nor there. So Ambrose gets eliminated. We're down to AJ and Luke Harper, who was everyone's favorite, including mine, going into the Battle Royal to win it, to set up a triple threat at WrestleMania. It's not what we got, though. I wish we would have just gotten that. Because what we got was an absolute dumpster fire. What we got instead was AJ and Luke Harper fighting over a set of turnbuckles on 2 different occasions with the same basic moves both times until, AJ gets into a backpack sleeper. There's punches, there's kicks. He climbs the ropes. Then Harper suplexes him over the turnbuckle and onto the floor, falling as he suplexed AJ. And there was no, quote, no video of who landed first. There also happened to be no referee close. Although to the untrained eye, you still could tell that Harper was the winner of that match. I'm pretty sure most blind people saw that, as he still had basically one leg in the air and we couldn't see AJ anymore. An attempt at a dual elimination draw scenario that was botched. Oh, it was botched. So, we got no replays. We had what turned into, if everyone remembers, Vince tearing his quads. We basically got that spot again, although thank God Daniel Bryan did not tear his quads as he ran to the ring, and that set up, it was called a draw. It set up a one-on-one next week between AJ and Luke Harper, that was made official, quote, made official on Talking Smack. Overall, it was okay. It was an okay SmackDown episode. It's not what we've been used to from them. It didn't flow well. It was very just start and stop. The country term is herky jerky. It wasn't smooth. Having 12 promos, vignettes throughout the night on a 2-hour show is a bit extreme, guys. That's a bit much. And I know why. But instead of filling time with vignettes, because pretty much your entire men's division that's not a tag team is involved in the main event, it kind of ties your hands. I would rather have seen another tag match or two instead of having the Usos, who did a fantastic promo, just do a promo, put them in a match, then let them cut the promo afterwards. Have them run out during Alpha's match, beat up on Alpha a little bit, then they have their own match, and have Alpha come after them, clear the ring, have the Usos clear them out of the ring, and then cut the promo. I think that would have been a lot better sounding, a lot better feeling. It would have given some more impact to the promo. It would have made the Usos look a little stronger, put them back up on Alpha's level, whatever the hell level that is. I think it just would have looked and felt better, and you could have gotten rid of almost all of those vignettes simply by putting the Usos in a different spot with, I don't know, Rhino and Slater. Why not? Have the Usos come out and dominate them again. Put them with the Ascension. Make them look strong. The Ascension have been on a roll. Didn't see them at all this week. Did not see them at all. There's plenty of spot in there to put people. It just wasn't well booked, unfortunately. For me, as much as I really, really despised Raw on Monday night, SmackDown was only slightly better than that on Tuesday. It was better, but only slightly. So that was SmackDown for me. Then we had NXT tonight, Wednesday night. But before we get to that, brief reminder, visit my website, wykradio.com. Check out our links. We have now 3 sponsors. I'm happy to have them on board. We have one-in-one Internet Solutions. If you need a domain name, you go to one-in-one. Been there, bought from them myself. I'm a customer. They're now also, now they're a sponsor. I was a customer before. Really enjoyed the ease of use with their products. Setting up domain names has been super easy. So check it out. See if you like what you see from one-in-one. Go to my website and you'll see there that they are a top-class service provider for web hosting as well as domain name registration. Also, still sponsored by Sonos. If you also check out my website, there is a link there for, I believe it's free 2-day shipping on any new Sonos product. And for those of you who have never had a Sonos product before, imagine, if you will, the Twilight Zone. Now, imagine if you had your favorite Bluetooth speaker, but you didn't get all the notifications on it. You actually got to hear the content, and the speaker was actually quality. How about that? How about as well, if you were like me, and you have more than one Sonos, and you can have 2 different things playing in 2 different rooms at 2 different volume levels, and then you can decide, I just want to have the same thing play everywhere. And all you have to do is one click of a button, and now both speakers are playing the exact same thing at the exact same time. You have that kind of control over that with Sonos. Any internet streams you want, your podcasts off your phone, music on your phone, it's there for you with Sonos. Check them out. Great product. Again, customer before they were a sponsor of our program, and happy to have them as well. Again, check out my website, the Sonos page, for a discount as well. And then our new sponsor of Amazon. Again, this process of creating a podcast and having it hosted is not free. You're all going to sign up at Amazon anyway. You pretty much all shop from there. But if you don't have Amazon Prime, that's something you should definitely do. I don't know how you don't have Amazon Prime at this point. But how about this? There's a free trial for Amazon Prime. 30-day free trial. Sign up for it. Try it out. See if you like it. See if it offers the benefits you're looking for before you pay. 30-day free trial. Visit my website, wykradio.com, and visit the Amazon page for a link to Amazon Prime. So let's go over NXT. On Wednesday evening, NXT was actually pretty good. It's coming back, guys. If you're not watching NXT, because all the talent's now up at the main roster, they just try it again. Look at NXT again. How about you give it a shot? Because it's back. Surprise of the night, Cassius Ohno has reappeared in NXT and got into it with your champion and mine, the glorious Bobby Roode, at the end of the show tonight. Really looked strong coming back, setting up well for a potential title shot if Nakamura's still on the shelf, although we did see this week that he is back working out at the Performance Center. We'll see how long he's still on the shelf. But in the meantime, having a Cassius Ohno available to do a short feud with Bobby Roode is definitely a good thing. We're definitely going to be a favorite of that. The show as a whole, we started off with the triple threat for the number 1 contendership for the women's title to face Asuka. And what we really saw was Ember Moon. Ember Moon got thrashed here. She was not going to be a part of this match. and she wasn't. Every time she attempted to get in the ring, she was thrown right back out. If everyone else was out of the ring, she would run back in. And in the one situation she did, she ran back in, dove over the top rope, and then was thrown into the stairs. Overall, it was an okay match. Billy Kay was your winner. Was that Peyton Royce? I can never tell them apart. But the Australian duo now are the number one contender. I guess that English works somehow. But they are the number one contender for Asuka's Women's Championship. I don't know if they're really going to take it off of Asuka to put it on them, unless they really just want to move Asuka up for a potential shot at WrestleMania. But that doesn't, to me, doesn't make a whole lot of sense unless she's going to SmackDown because Naomi's not available. On Raw, I mean, we're already pretty sure what we're going to get. I'm still saying triple threat, repeat of last year's 3 of the 4 horsewomen. We get it again, just this time with Bayley instead of Becky. So I don't see Asuka coming up until maybe Raw or SmackDown after WrestleMania, just simply because there's not a spot for her right now. Unless Naomi's still on the shelf and you don't want to rehash the Alexa Becky fight again for the 53rd, the 535th. God, just 5s and 3s. I'm a jackass. We don't want to see it again, especially at WrestleMania. So that would be the only place for her I would see, at least at the current time. And again, that's dependent on Naomi. Ember Moon tonight in NXT. Again, she got to sit it out. So we'll see what's going to come of that. She was really an almost non-participant in the triple threat tonight. Tonight when I'm recording this, probably not when you're hearing this. If so, cool, but not necessarily. Our mid-card match of the evening was another UK Championship match that they brought back. It's so happy to see it because it was the match of the night. It was Pete Dunne, Mark Andrews, and say what you want about British wrestling. If you haven't watched it, find some place and watch it. I don't care if it's Progress, What Culture, whatever promotion you want to watch, based in the UK right now. It's excellent. They've learned how to tell stories in the ring. They've learned about match psychology. They're not looking for high spots from the beginning. They actually build it up. What a novel concept. It's only how wrestling's been done throughout history. It's what made it popular. What an idea. They were very good. Pete Dunne looked great. Mark Andrews looked great. Dunne with the win tonight. Easily could have gone the other way, though. Mark Andrews performed very well. But Pete Dunne overcame him. Go and watch the match. I highly recommend watch the match. It was well done, beginning to end. Then our final match of the evening was No Way Jose in a non-title match against the glorious Bobby Roode. Some good back and forth. Not a long match. Not a super intense match. But it was there. It's nothing to write home about, but it's a decent watch. Roode continues his winning ways. But No Way Jose wasn't made to look weak at all in the match. Still looked good. Still had his swagger about him, which is really what the fans enjoy anyway. And I read this and it made perfect sense. No Way Jose is a whole lot like the Road Dogg. Not a lot of moves, but done with the right charisma, they work. I totally agreed with that when I read it. Sorry, I forgot who that was, but hats off to you if you're hearing this. I read your tweet, really enjoyed that because it was perfect. He's very much in that same vein. Just he does it non-verbally versus Road Dogg was all mouth. But he also had the swagger when actually performing in the ring. Again, not a lot there, but the workability was overshadowed by the charisma that was brought to the table. Then we had our Cassius Ohno fight for the evening. He came out to stop Rude's post-match attack on No Way Jose. Came in, challenged Rude. Rude said, "Cool, I'm a fighting champion, let's do it." And then came in and attacked Ohno the same way he was attacking No Way Jose. Nothing wrong with it. Ohno got to look very strong in his, what I think were fake Yeezys that he had in the ring tonight. One fell off, which he realized, the ref realized, the fans realized. So at the very end, when Ohno got ready to clothesline Rude over the top rope on the near camera side, the first thing he did was throw his shoe at him. It was the crowd popped for it. It was a good spot. It was a good on the fly call. Made use of that. You can tell Ohno has grown as a performer, and we'll look forward to seeing that in the coming weeks. Based on what I'm seeing, that's something we should get on our NXT programming over the next few weeks, is Ohno and Rude, and I'm looking forward to it personally. With that was This Week in Wrestling. That is what went on. That's what I saw. That was my interpretation. Overall, there have been better weeks. But there wasn't anything that's going to turn me off. There's nothing obviously bad. A few missed booking opportunities. Some hits, some misses. So we'll keep going on the road. Down the road to WrestleMania. Just a few weeks to go. I believe it's now right at 5 weeks of episodes left before we hit WrestleMania Sunday. So we will look forward to watching what transpires over the next weeks and seeing where we're going to head for what's looking to be a 14.5-hour WrestleMania pre-show, card, post-show, talk show, recap show, you name it, and after. It's going to be long, y'all. It's a simple joke. When you say 14.5 hours, we get it. Anyway, thanks for listening. Again, make sure you visit the website, wykradio.com, because you never know what you'll find unless you're looking for, well, you know. Which he realized, the ref realized, the fans realized. So at the very end, when Ohno got ready to clothesline Rude over the top rope on the near camera side, the first thing he did was throw his shoe at him. It was the crowd popped for it. It was a good spot. It was a good on the fly call. Made use of that. You can tell Ohno has grown as a performer, and we'll look forward to seeing that in the coming weeks. Based on what I'm seeing, that's something we should get on our NXT programming over the next few weeks, is Ohno and Rude, and I'm looking forward to it personally. With that was This Week in Wrestling. That is what went on. That's what I saw. That was my interpretation. Overall, there have been better weeks. But there wasn't anything that's going to turn me off. There's nothing obviously bad. A few missed booking opportunities, some hits, some misses. So we'll keep going on the road. Down the road to WrestleMania, just a few weeks to go. I believe it's now right at 5 weeks of episodes left before we hit WrestleMania Sunday. So we will look forward to watching what transpires over the next weeks and seeing where we're going to head for what's looking to be a 14.5-hour WrestleMania pre-show, card, post-show, talk show, recap show, you name it, and after. It's going to be long, y'all. It's a simple joke. When you say 14.5 hours, we get it. Anyway, thanks for listening. Again, make sure you visit the website, wykradio.com, because you never know what you'll find unless you're looking for, well, you know.